How do you feel when you spend more than 50 bucks or even more than a couple $100? Not on groceries or household stuff. I mean something you decided to buy, something you planned for, something you finally stepped up and bought just for yourself. Does that kind of spending feel good? Do you enjoy it, or does it make you grit your teeth and feel your heart racing and start second guessing your decisions as soon as you get home or close out the app? You're allowed to spend money. Seriously. If spending money makes you feel guilty, even when you can afford it, your budget isn't working, because the point of managing your money isn't to feel deprived. It's to build a life you can actually enjoy. Budgeting is not about restriction. It's about intention. You can spend money on things you love without the guilt. And when you do it on purpose, that's financial freedom. If your budget doesn't have room for fun, freedom, and stuff that you enjoy, you're not budgeting. You're just punishing yourself with a bunch of spreadsheets. I'm Rose Colburn, and welcome to the 30-Day Budgeting Challenge, where I'm giving you one quick tip every day to help you take control of your money. When I first ask someone how I can help them with their financial goals, almost every time the answer is some version of, I'm spending too much money. And what I wish I could do in that moment is celebrate with them, because being able to spend money should feel good. But I know that the deeper problem isn't the spending itself. It's that the spending doesn't align with the life they want or with what they believe it means to be responsible with your money. You see, money is meant to be enjoyed, not just managed. But if you constantly feel guilty or second guess every purchase you make, that's the furthest thing from financial peace. So the first step, make space to spend money on purpose in ways that matter to you. Most people don't make room in their budgets for things that they enjoy or the fun stuff they like to do. They make a plan in their budget to cover bills, food, gas, maybe some debt payments. But fun? That's not on the spreadsheet. And what eventually happens is you start making random impulse purchases, just a little bit here and there, because you've been depriving yourself for weeks. You call it a treat or a splurge or just this once. But after the high wears off, you feel like crap. You have guilt and regret and frustration. You start questioning your ability to be responsible or stick to a budget. So you swing the other way. No more stuff that's not on the budget. Cut everything extra. Double down on self-discipline, and then you feel trapped. You can't buy anything for yourself again. And that cycle of guilt and restriction, it just keeps repeating itself. Here's the thing. Spending money on the stuff you enjoy and the things you want in your life, that's not the problem. Unplanned spending is the problem. The guilt doesn't come from the thing you bought. It comes from not feeling like you have a choice in the matter, like you're not allowed to buy something because it's not in the budget. And believe it or not, that's where budgeting can actually help when it's done right. When you plan to spend money on things you enjoy, the stuff you want to buy, you can enjoy your money without the guilt. And that's where the sanity bucket, the sanity category comes in. This is one of the 3 core foundational buckets that I teach in the lifestyle budgeting framework. Planning to set aside money just for your sanity, your peace of mind, or the little things that you enjoy, that's not extra. It's not wasteful spending. It's something that is essential to keep you on track, because your mental health, your energy, your peace of mind, those matter just as much as your electricity bill. So why is it that 2 people can make the same purchase and one feels peace and happiness and calm about it, but the other person feels regret and guilt and frustration about it? Well, the difference is that one of them planned for it, and the other one, they bought stuff they didn't plan for or didn't include in their budget, and now they feel like they screwed up their budget. When your spending is aligned with your budget, your values, and your real life, it no longer feels like sabotage. It feels like you had a plan in mind. You knew what you were doing and planned in advance for it. Things you knew you'd want. And that's the kind of budgeting you should want for yourself, where you feel like you made purposeful decisions based on what you know you need and you want. So here's your challenge for today. Make a list of things you enjoy. Even if it's just two or three things that you love spending money on. Write down the things that make you smile, that you know you always just want. Something that makes you feel good when you buy it for yourself. It could be weekly takeout night, or fresh flowers, a massage, a book, a spontaneous trip to your favorite store, a little extra for concerts, gaming, your favorite hobbies, a bottle of wine, an adult beverage, or even just money for that cute little coffee shop down the street. Now take a look at your budget and ask yourself, how much could I spend on this stuff and feel okay about it? Not as a reaction, not as a reward, but as part of your plan. That's your sanity bucket in action, and that's how you break the cycle of guilt. Because spending money on the stuff you enjoy doesn't require permission, it requires intention. And if you always hear that little voice in the back of your head saying, you can't afford to spend money on that, then watch this video next to break that cycle. Join me again tomorrow for the next video and the 30-day budgeting challenge. Thank you for watching.